Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2C TV, your global news channel. I'm Maya 2C, and this is your latest news update following last night's terrorist attack in California. We have some more information, including the identification of the attacker, who was a pro-abortion leftist or an anti-life leftist. Of course, we're going to give you guys all the updates on what this person's agenda was and who he was, and of course his manifesto. He had a whole manifesto, he had a whole website. We have an audio clip from him, his confession. We have his confession audio tape, which we're going to show you as well. We'll listen to it together. We're going to get your reaction in the live chat. Before we start, big announcement. After years and years and decades of waiting, it is finally here. 2C TV can confirm that our new 2C store has been launched, finally. Yes, you can get access to all the different products that we actually have. The link is in the description down below. It's 2cstore.tv. And if you're a member of 2C TV Plus, you get 10% discount code, which I'll put in the chat forum of 2C TV Plus. Of course, if you want to join 2C TV Plus, you can go directly on 2c.tv and become a member today. You get obviously 10% discount, as I said. All right, let's get on with the show. Then we'll talk about the store later. So first things first, obviously, as we reported last night, the American Reproductive Center in Palm Springs, California was attacked. And the first few minutes, first actually hour or so of the attack, we had the mainstream media, as usual in the US, saying that this is not an attack, let's not speculate, I've got it. But then we had the mayor of Palm Springs saying this was intentional. The FBI eventually confirmed the suspect, the actual attacker, who is dead. And during that period, when I was actually giving you guys the live report, breaking news on this channel, I was showing you guys on social media, we had all these people, all these liberals and Democrats going around saying, well, this is definitely a pro-life right-winger. It's a right-wing nut. It's a conservative, radical extremist, right? And I said, oh, it's highly unlikely, because this was at a fertility clinic to help couples have babies. And this was followed the announcement by President Trump and the administration that the federal government will be helping couples to make babies, IVF. Now, this man was not too happy about this, and he decided to carry out the attack. So, let's talk about the damages that were done, and then we're going to talk about the actual suspect himself, because everything is now tied together. We can connect the dots itself. Now, first things first, just as a reminder, if you missed last night, this is the damages that were caused by the attack.
The explosion was so crazy, it blew out the glass of this liquor store. Look at this liquor store. Oh my God. All from this explosion, poor guy. Damn. This liquor store got from the explosion. Look at this, dude. Damn, crazy explosion. Glass and everything everywhere.
Now, let's talk about the attacker. Who was actually responsible? This is the guy. This is the picture we have of him from a while ago. Guy Edward Bartkus. He was 25 years old, from 29 Palms, a small city which is about 35 miles northeast of Palm Springs. He made a whole website. He was a developer, so he made a lot, like in terms of manifesto. He had a whole website with FAQs, a lot of information. He basically justified what he did. His manifesto thing, as I said, we're going to show you we're going to play the confession audio tape that we also have from Guy Edward. And one of the things he said at the beginning is, I am very against IVF. It's extremely wrong. These are people who are having kids after they've sat there and thought about it. How much more stupid can it get? So he has a problem. His philosophy, his left-wing philosophy, was against the fact that when you have a child, when you bring life to this world, that baby hasn't given consent. So he wasn't happy about his life, and he said, I didn't give consent to be born. So I'm going to do the same on behalf of all future babies, because they can't give consent. We're going to have to do this to stop health clinics and stop all couples from having babies. I mean, there's a lot of issues with this philosophy anyway, apart from the fact that it was an evil act of terrorism. Forget about that for a second. None of it makes any sense as a so-called philosophy. Now, on his website, he called himself a pro-mortalist. So he's basically pro-death. Saying, so, these are the FAQs, so questions that you're going to answer. So you're just pro-psycho killers? He said, no. Understand your death is already a guarantee, and you can thank your parents for that. All a pro-mortalist is saying is, let's make it happen sooner rather than later, and preferably peaceful rather than some disease or accident, to prevent your future suffering. And more importantly, the suffering your existence will cause to all the other sentient beings. And the problem with that statement and what he believed in is, he said, death is coming anyway, so let's just be pro-death sooner, make it happen sooner, and ideally peaceful. Okay, his death was a massive explosion. His body parts went everywhere. That wasn't necessarily peaceful. Oopsie. Secondly, the other thing that he said at the end, your existence will cause suffering to others. That's literally what he did. His existence and his ending caused suffering because a number of people are now injured because of his act. Right? It continued. So what is the end goal? He said, the end goal is for the truth, aphorism, to win. And once it does, we can finally begin to process of sterilizing this planet of the disease of life. Life can only continue as long as people hold the delusional belief that is not a zero-sum game causing a senseless torture and messes it can never or only partially clean up. I think we need a war against pro-lifers. It is clear at this point that these people are not only stupid, they do simply not care about the harm they are perpetrating by being willing agents for a DNA molecule. This should not be seen as a tolerable to any intelligent and caring person. Don't be fooled by the ones who play stupid and pretend they don't understand these simple truths. It's just their way of playing with you and saying, F you, we don't care. A lot of psychos are attracted to a philosophy because they love to play mind games with people. Their intent is not to find any kind of truth, it is to have fun effing with you. Most online debates I've seen are clearly not really debates. It's one person fooling another into thinking it's a debate, when in reality, they're the one doing the fooling has no intent of changing their mind. You do realize the irony of everything you're saying? That's literally about him. He's criticizing others. He's doing the same thing. He wasn't willing to change his mind. He wasn't willing to be open-minded about truths, right? It gets weirder and weirder. He posted what I'm about to show you on Thursday, 3 days ago. Actually do, which is really weird and kind of obsessive, right? You had all this stuff going on, and then the confession tape. We're going to show you, we're going to play the confession tape. This gets really weird. First things first, it's half an hour. We're not going to go through the whole thing, all right? You can find it on social media. Let's listen to this first. And obviously, we're going to get your reaction in the live chat as well. We've got, obviously, subtitles in case, you know.
Okay, so I figured I would just make a recording explaining why I've decided to bomb an IVF building or clinic. Basically, it just comes down to I'm angry that I exist, and that nobody got my consent to bring me here. And I know what you're going to say. How could we have got your consent because you didn't exist? Blah blah blah. Exactly the point. There's no way you can get consent to bring someone here, so don't fucking do it, right? If you're going to try to say something really fucking retarded like, well, since you don't exist, you don't have a consent status, and therefore we don't have to get consent, this really isn't any different from saying, oh well, the girl's unconscious, so I can't get I can't get her consent to have sex with her, so therefore it's okay because I can't. There's no way to even ask for the consent, right? So I mean, if you actually think that's a good argument against what I've said, right, you're absolutely retarded. Your brain, it's very childish and retarded, right? And before you say, "Ooh, that's ad hominem," I said the word retard. No, I made an argument, and then I called you a retard, fucker. So it's not ad hominem. Ad hominem is when someone just name calls, and that's it. That's what ad hominem is, fuckhead. You people some of you motherfuckers are just too fucking stupid.
So, okay. I love how he thought he was being very clever. I've thought about the meaning of life. Look how profound I am. The rest of you, you're all stupid. And there will be enough people, there will be a few who would listen to me and like, yeah, actually, he makes a good point. Right, okay, well, one of the things that he also said on his website was, you're going to burn in hell for this. And he responded, I know, not a question. But I just wanted to say, your God definitely doesn't exist. But if he did, I would choose Satan over your evil God. The irony of using the word evil. Did you ever think that maybe the Bible is just slander against Satan? And that Satan is, just realize what an effing creep your God is. Essentially, it is now suddenly a Satanist. The problem with Satanists, a Satanist like this person, is that it's a bit of an oxymoron. So on the one hand, he believes that God as we know it, or Yahweh, God, the biblical, doesn't exist. So it's not real, right? Satan as we know it, Satan as he refers to Satan, that also comes from literally the biblical teachings. So if that God doesn't exist, if the biblical stuff, history doesn't exist, then obviously that Satan also doesn't exist. So why are you supporting Satan? You see the problem with that, right? Oxymoron. But obviously if he is now pro-Satan, if the Bible is a slander against Satan, then surely he admits that God exists. Now, it's a bit of a problem, because if he actually does believe that God still exists, and it's just a slander against Satan, I mean, I don't want to get technical, but based on everything that, all the stories tell you, the biblical books, God is the one with the most power, not Satan, right? Satan was just a fallen angel. He's not the one with more power. Now, you could make an argument, Team God has been slandering Satan, right? The fallen angel, slander. Sure, fine. It's still not going to be the most powerful one because God's still the most powerful. Why would you pick a side of someone who's not more powerful than God? It's a big risk. You're going to die, you're going to go there, and you're going to tell God who's the most powerful one, even if he's been slandering Satan, right? You're going to say, yeah, I'm against you. The guy holds a key to heaven. It's just a weird thing to do. I don't know, I mean, he calls other people retarded. The fascinating part was the fact that he was saying everybody else is stupid. Right? Okay, this is the same problem that Marxists have. Marxists, they read Karl Marx, they think they've done some profound discovery. Yes, everybody else is stupid. I'm the clever one. I found the solution to humanity. In this case, the solution is death. If death is certain, then why do you have to bring it forward? Because he says, if death is certain, just make it sooner, make it happen sooner. Right? Why? Just wait. Just wait and naturally die. What's the rush? It's just nonsense. This is completely crazy. Anyway, let's get some reaction from you guys in the live chat. First super chat, you need a jailed banana t-shirt. Yes, so this is referring to our 2CTV reporter, Niak Gorbani, or Mr. Banana Man, who was arrested yesterday again for simply reporting from an Islamist protest. His court date is tomorrow. He's going to appear in court, Croydon Court, tomorrow at 10 a.m. So obviously we're going to make sure we get the information for you guys to see what's going on with Niak. Graham says, I bet he drank soy lattes. No, avocado coffee. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a fan of avocado coffee. That's not Niak, that's Guy. I am pro-life. Mom, but should have split. Mom should have spit. Oh my god. What? AFC Man UK says, woohoo, 2CTV salty lefty tears flavored condoms. In stores soon. The thing is, you joke, but this is a level of chaos we are now preparing for the 2C store. If you joined the live stream late, the wait is finally over. We have officially launched the 2C store. Yes, 2cstore.tv. The link is also in the description. You get access to all the beautiful, by the way, it's not just going to be t-shirts. We have everything. This is not merchandise. We're not doing merch. We're doing a whole store with everything that you can think of. And we're going to add more products. Basically, we have all these chaotic slogans. Some of them you'll be cancelled for wearing them outside. I think you can see some of them on the screen anyway. The top left is my pronouns are leave me alone. The one next to it is biology and ideology. It's about basically women on women. We have some patriotic things, American, British, and everything else. We're going to be adding more. Make Britain great again. We got some MAGA stuff as well coming. We do have 2CTV's merch. I don't know whoever wants to get that sort of stuff. I wouldn't. Bottom left is I support free speech, even yours. We also have cancel me if you can, like the movie Catch Me If You Can. There's all the other stuff. Then you don't see all of them on this picture. Just check out the link in the description, 2cstore.tv, and members of 2CTV Plus, you get 10% discount. Yes, make sure to become a member by going on 2c.tv, and you get obviously 10% discount. I have already put the discount code on our chat forum, Discord, so go check it out and enjoy. Now, Lisa says, I'm a new subscriber. I will have to check your store out. Do it. Good idea. Peter says, 2C website, is this the end of the world as we know it? Well, the 2C website has been going on for a while now, the 2c.tv, but this is the new one, which is the 2C store website. So yeah, kind of a new website. Andreas, this is the same Andreas who in the previous live stream claimed to be from Gaza for some reason. He now says breaking. Yeah, Joe Biden diagnosed with prostate cancer. Yeah, I just got that information just before we went live. So yeah, at this point it kind of shows that Joe Biden was not the right candidate. Unfortunately, he's not doing well anyway in terms of health, not just because of the cancer thing, but everything else. If he were still president, the whole country and government would be unstable. Florida Phil says, why are Democrats so violent? Bad parenting? It's just the worldview. When you are told to always see yourself as a victim and the things that happen around you is someone else's fault, eventually become angry about it. You know, it goes back to basic philosophy of how they see the world. Instead of being independent, they are dependent. They're always dependent on something, whether it's big government, whether it's on corporations to help them. And, you know, the issue with this is that eventually you're going to get angry. There's someone in the live chat, Rob says, we have enough stores to see. Why the consumer business model? Why the business? Because 2C TV is a business. We're not a charity. Let's produce industrious. Sell drugs. Well, we will wait for Keir Starmer to legalize drugs. We could give you 2C store cannabis. That would be a terrible idea. No. There are enough drug dealers. Why do you need more drugs? Stu, thank you for your super chat saying, parents named him Guy. Lack of effort, much. Just trying to be original, right? It's a terrible name. Matt says, Soy Boy was low energy, low testosterone, low IQ, and radicalized. The left uses mentally ill people to carry out terrorism. Yeah, but the good thing about what they do for them, they think, is if it goes wrong, they could just say, this person had nothing to do with us, or our ideology, or our team. He was just it was a lone wolf. It was an isolated incident, you know, mental illness. You know, it's very, very important. Instead of actually addressing the real issue. Anyway, what is this? Teja says, retarded leftist genocidal maniac Rainbow Hitler wasn't on my 2025 bingo card. P.S. Sent you the link to the Bangladesh tribal tango. Oh. Yeah, that, to be fair, he wasn't necessarily, we don't know if he was pro-rainbow, but I'm pretty sure he was. Although if he was completely anti-life, I don't think he was really in favor of people being happy. So I don't think he was even supporting the LGBT movement. It was more Hamas. He said, no one was given permission to give me life. Yeah, he made mistakes. It's part of the audio tape. Yeah, obviously none of us gave consent to be born. Ooh, what a discovery. Man up. Life is tough. Steven says, 518, the guy is now at the gate of hell, awaiting his final fate. The thing is, according to Guy, he was happy about that. He was fine with that because, again, we could go back to what the problem of what he said. Oh, your God doesn't exist, fine. But then he said, but if I still see God, I will say you've been slandering Satan. Like, he's still going to punish you. Why would you risk that? If you still think he might exist, that God, then why would you want to piss him off as you get to see him? Idiocy, right? Devil Canyon says, I predict this 2C TV show will be taken down by the liberal leftists trying to control their narrative. Well, we've been going on for a few years now. We've been dealing with everything, including death threats, kidnapping attempts once, and being cancelled. I am uncancelable. No, this is going to be trimmed and it be shown in the future, in court in the future. I'm uncancelable. My 2C has been arrested. No, they can't do that. They've tried their best. We are not. 2C TV did nothing wrong. Just reporting the news and causing chaos. Boomer21 says, 2C TV, this war on Christianity is now worldwide while accelerating at lightning speed. Yes, but there's also the fight back. You can see the counterculture increasing massively, the rise of Christianity, even in countries like the UK and France and Belgium. A massive rise, Austria as well, and Iran. Massive rise of Christianity. There's a massive fight back, as you can tell. So yeah, they can continue their war on Christianity, but eventually more people will wake up in terms of just defending innocent humans, whether they are practicing religious people or not. You are attacking innocent people just because of their views. Spaceman says, ad merch, t-shirt. I wanted the app. All I got was this lousy t-shirt. Credit Matthew. Did he steal it from someone else? The good news is, I believe, well, no, the app is out. The 2C TV app is out, is ready. We are testing it. We got a few people testing it. And actually, I think tomorrow we're going to give it to a selected group on 2C TV Plus as members to also test it. If everything goes well, within the next few days, hopefully, we should be able to roll it out for everybody. For those of you, some of you might have seen, yesterday the app was accidentally live on the App Store before it was actually launched. That wasn't my fault. There was a mistake that happened as part of the tech team. And luckily, it was actually kind of off-putting because it said you have to pay £55 for $55 to download it. So people didn't download it. I was like, don't. The app will be free. Don't download it. So yeah, that's now gone off. So that's good. Grant says, 2C, how many nutters now know how to create an explosive? I think you should remove that clip. So almost every single person, because everything is already online. The internet is a vast world, and that's not how you make explosive. You definitely need more information and more ingredients than what that idiot was saying. That wasn't also accurate. So everybody can have access. The information is more available than you think. It's not like suddenly an out of context couple of sentences, which was also incorrect that he said, is now going to help people do this. All the nutters know how to make explosives. Super chat from Peter says that the blue-haired wackos will fight for terrorists and gang members, but supports the ending of thousands of unborn babies' lives. This is the thing. There will be enough, and there hasn't actually been enough outrage from the so-called liberal side. Whether you're talking about the media, the US Democrats as a party, all these people, over the last, how long has it been? Let's just say 15 hours, they haven't actually shown any outrage against this guy, whose name was Guy. If he happened to be, I don't know, some sort of right-winger or nationalist, there will be 24-hour coverage on the whole thing. But they've kind of moved on from it. They've just reported vaguely a few hours ago that the FBI has now identified him, and that's it. They've kind of moved on to other stories. It's simply because they don't care. They are not outraged because it was one of them, one of their guys who did it. Considering that he did it as an ideologue who thought he understood philosophy. That's the problem. That sometimes the media or the liberal side in general will be biased against, the conservative side. They wouldn't report something. That's simply just because, well, if you report this, the other side will be happy. This is on a whole new level, because there is a line. There's a line of morality. It's the same thing that, for example, the BBC in the United Kingdom refused to call Hamas a terrorist organization. They called them freedom fighters and militants. There is a line of morality. By not doing it, by having selective outrage, especially when it comes to these sort of people, you are promoting it, you are defending it, you're saying, I'm fine with it, I'm absolutely fine with it. That's what he did. Not just what he did. Firstly, he was the only victim in terms of death, casualty, because he's the only one who exploded. Went boom, boom. There were others who were injured, obviously. But it's not just about his act. It's not just about what he did, which was evil. It was his views. It was his worldview. It was his philosophy, whatever you want to call it. That toxic ideology. They didn't show any outrage against that. When it says, is he Israeli? Is he Israeli? Wow. Casual anti-Semitism. You sound like a specialist. Oh, is it about the explosives? It's all thanks to ChatGPT being very, very informative. Jeet Khan says, I know you're not, but you kind of look like an Islamist. It's because the sun has been out, I've been extra tanned. But usually Islamists are not smiley, they're not happy. Maybe just because you're from Iran. Yes, it's called the Middle East. We all look the same. You look like an Islamist. How dare you? Jenny says, gay. That's out of context. So am I losing have I missed the context again? Why are we shouting gay at people now? Niv says he's Persian. Yes. Crazy times to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, the important thing is, the moral of the story is, you have to get serious about this. This is a very serious issue. The 2C store has been launched. Come on, guys. 2cstore.tv. The link is also in the description. I'm not even kidding. If you like your life, if you appreciate your family, if you love your country, you will click on the link right now. Go on 2cstore.tv. And if you're a member of 2CTV Plus, you get 10% discount. And the best way to find that discount code, we've hidden it. It's like treasure hunt on the chat forum. Go on our Discord. If you're a member, you have access to the chat forum. Go on Discord. You'll find the code in the announcement channel. And obviously, I have also, I think, posted on the general channel. But yeah, you'll find the discount code. You get 10% off everything else. Jenny's giving us more context after saying gay. She said that's from the Viking. Thank you for that. The Viking is, in case you don't know, is 2CTV's very own security guard, whose job is to keep me safe, but he tends to bring me more harm and danger for some reason. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Go on 2cstore.tv and become a member by going on 2c.tv. I'm Maya 2C, and we are the media.